Well, I was intending to talk here, but I'm just vibing to the music now. Well, okay, let's actually say something. Many, or like, not many, maybe someone remembers that I said I won't be doing any draft league till Gen 9. Well, that kinda didn't work out, because, well, I got invited into a Gmax league and I was like, yeah, Gmax? Actually, I'm feeling that. Gen 9, Gmax gonna be gone anyways. Let's do one more Gmax league. Sounds fun, sounds good. I'm in. So I was in. But I was like, okay. This is the perfect opportunity to use this new team logo for the first time, the Wuffies. The people that know the reference to this, well, they probably won't be watching this video, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just say it's kind of an inside joke, but not really. But anyways, it's got a great logo with an Arceus and a Ditto posing as an Arceus. And yeah, Arceus is the best Pokemon, so it has the number 14, of course. But yeah, the funny thing is, I did not plan on like doing a draft analysis or anything like this, like really not. But I was like, okay, Mr. Thomas was asking for power ranking, so I'll do a power ranking. I was like, okay, I can do a power ranking. We are 10 people. I'll put myself at the at the 14th spot just as a meme, and just because I can't rank myself, I mean, that would be unfair. But then I was like, okay, actually I don't really want to rank the other teams. Like, I want to talk about the other teams, but I don't want to say, oh, I think this is the best one and this one is worse and this is trash. Like, I don't like that. I actually don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about my team as like a draft analysis, and then I'll quickly go through the other teams and just say like what I think are good mons or bad mons, or why I think this is good or this is scary, or why I do not want to face this. Yeah, okay. And maybe comment on the logo or something. I don't know if it speaks to me. But yeah, we'll just go through my team. You can see my team on the screen for like the past few minutes already. But yeah, it's fine. We got, in my opinion, the best Gmax that was legal in Coppolaria. You could say, okay, yeah, but there are better Gmax. There's like Cinderace, there's like Rillaboom, there's like Melmetal and such stuff. But they're all banned. All banned. Basically everything that's better than Coppolaria is banned. And Coppolaria wasn't even in the highest tier. Because the Gmax were like also tiered. Some gave you a bit more free points and some others cost you a few of your free points. So it's like, okay, I gotta take Coppolaria. Like, it's not really a question. Like, I feel like I would be throwing if I don't. So I took Coppolaria. Also, I've used Coppolaria before, and that's why I think it's so great. I mean, its Gmax move is really nice, and it is ultra bulky. Like, you literally can't OHKO this thing, basically. And yeah, it's just great. Steel Stealth Rocks, great. Okay, then we get to my S tier with Garchomp, also another great one. I think one of the best S tiers because one, it's a very, very scary setup threat. It's also very scary without setup already, and it has great utility with things like Stealth Rocks. And well, everybody knows Garchomp is great, Dragon Ground, very, very good offensive coverage. Yeah, just Garchomp, everyone knows Garchomp. Then for the next one, yeah, everyone knows I gotta draft one of the slows. I love Slowking, I love Slowbro. Like, it basically isn't my team if not one of them is there, because well, one regen plus teleport, broken. Future Sight, one of my favorite moves. Yawn, one of my favorite moves. Yeah, Slowbro is just awesome. Walls everything, basically. Oh well, not everything, but you know what I mean. And it's just a very, very threatening defensive mon, especially with paired with my Mandibuzz that's coming later. Oh well, let's just talk about the Mandibuzz. It is very bulky. I have never used the Mandibuzz before, but I was like, yeah, well, why not? I have used Corviknight for the first time like 1 league ago. 1 league ago, that sounds so weird. Yeah, I recently tried out Corviknight for the first time and I was like, okay, that mon is actually fun to use and actually really good. Like, I knew it was good, but I actually liked it. And then I saw Mandibuzz and I was like, it's basically the same thing as Corviknight. I mean, yeah, it can be toxic and stuff and it doesn't have pressure. So there are drawbacks, but I mean, there are also upsides. You have knockoff, you have toxic. You have foul play. You have defog. I mean, Corviknight has defog. Anyways, it's a great mon. Dark type, always good. And with boots, you just survive for eternity. Then we have Volk, another mon that I have not used before, but I always wanted to use Volcarona. Like, I like the mon. I liked it since Gen 5 when I got introduced Gen 5. Like, I always liked it, but I never really wanted to get it myself. One, because of Stealth Rocks, and two, because, well, I don't know. It just never fit the team I was drafting. Or, well, let's say it like this. Very often I just skip the fire type and I feel like, it's not worth it. But this time I was like, okay, you gotta get yourself the Volcarona. And when we're talking about things that are Volcarona, everybody knows it. It is scary setup mon. It also has defog. It can U-turn if need be. Like, it can like toxic roost stall if need be, but yeah. But yeah, everybody knows Volcarona and that it is scary. But if we are already on the topic, of mons I always wanted to use but always skipped for whatever reason, it's Gengar. Like, for this draft, my main idea was I wanna use Gengar for the first time. I really want to. And then during the draft there were a few times where I'm like, but instead I could pick this A tier, I don't know. But then I was like, no, just get that Gengar. You know it's good. You lose to Gengar so many times. Like, I never win against Gengar, literally. Like the classic 50-50 of, will it sub against me or Nasty Plot, or will it just be specs and blow me back? I always lose those. Always. You can't win those, in my opinion. And I hate Spotify. I'm gonna kill Spotify or something. No, I don't know what I will do. I will just, yeah. Usually when I use Spotify, I only listen to local music, so there's no commercials and stuff. But now I was like, let's listen to Glitch. Let's listen to Glitch X City on Spotify, but yeah. There's like the first commercial break or like the first, and I'm just, it hurts my brain. It really does. Especially because they're talking to me in German and I'm talking here in English and it's weird and I hate it. But yeah, small spot. I mean, obviously there are supposed to be commercials and ads on Spotify if you're only using the free version. I mean, that makes sense, but yeah, I still hate it. Anyways. Let's get back to the topic. Let's get back to the team. Then, the thing is, the order is already really messed up that I'm saying here, because I think like Volcarona was one of my later picks, but actually I don't remember. Yeah, I'm just going by what I have on screen here, what you see as well. So let's just go with the tier picks. With Roserade, the main idea with Roserade, another one I really wanted to use for so long. And I just never did. It's one of my favorite mons. Like, Roselia is like basically my favorite grass type and one of my all-time favorites. And I've never used Roserade before. That's crazy, I know. I mean, now in Gen 8 it doesn't have strong technician hidden power anymore. But that's fine, can still spike stack, T-spike stack, sleep powder spam. All the fun stuff everyone wants to play against. Yeah, that's the good stuff. That's what I will be bringing. Only the good stuff. But yeah, Roserade is a great mon as well. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Coverage isn't the greatest without hidden power, but it's good enough. Like, either you hit them with grass poison or you just sleep powder them. Doesn't matter. What wants to switch into sleep powder? Well, grass types. But grass types don't want to switch into Roserade. So yeah, that is really nice. But yeah. Then with Pangoro. Actually, now that I remember it, I think I drafted Pangoro before I drafted Mandibuzz because I was like, okay, I definitely want the dark type and I didn't like the dark types that were on the board. So I grabbed myself Pangoro, was like also a fighting type, also breaks things, I like it. Parting shot, knockoff spam. Yeah, why not go Pangoro? Pangoro is cool. Yeah, choice band, bam. Also I wanted a lot of Trick Room mode because, well, I have Slowbro Copperaja already. Like my general idea was when I picked Copperaja, like, yeah, I need a Trick Room mode. I mean, Slowbro is on its own good Trick Room mode, but we have Gengar, which can also use Trick Room. Now we have Pangoro, which can also sweep in Trick Room or break something in Trick Room. Like, you don't want to face Spin Speed Pangoro or Choice Bandit in Trick Room, just close combats and knockoffs through a whole team. So yeah, pick Pangoro. Then later on I picked Mandibuzz because I was like, 2 dark types, that's perfect. Dark types are amazing. I mean, yeah, they're weak to Fairy, but I got a big Copperaja. What they gonna do about it? I got a Volk that just setups on basically every Fairy type in the game, so what you gonna do about it? Then I have Gengar, which just sludge bombs you into oblivion, so what you gonna do about it? So yeah, that's the Pangoro idea. I'm just loving it. I find it so funny when I'm saying it at the moment. But yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, then we have Ice Cube. I was like, that's a great E-tier pick. At first I was looking at Lopunny, but then I saw Audino in the D tier and I like Audino as a mon, but I don't think it is good. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. Because Audino, yeah, you got stuff you can do, kinda. Like you got Encore, Knockoff and Healing Wish. That's basically the only 3 moves you get, and Wish, I guess. But you get Regen, I like you. Yeah, I generally like my pink blobs. Doesn't matter if it's Mew, if it's Slowbro, if it's Clefable. Yeah, I like them. Even though I think Audino isn't good. I like it. But yeah, this brings me back to Ice Cube, because otherwise I would have taken Lopunny from the lowest tier. Or type 0 or something like that. But then I was like, okay, let's get myself an Ice type, because I actually really wanted an Ice type. Or let's say it like this, I planned really hard to go Ninetales Alola, kinda early in the draft. But then he got sniped from me, which is fine, but my whole idea was, okay, Garchomp, Volk, Copperaja, let's just do hyper offense with Veil. What they gonna do about it? Yeah, just hyper offense Veil. 50 setup mons, Veil, easy. But the Veil got taken from me. The other Veil mons kinda suck, to be honest, because, well, you have the Ice Cone, and yeah, the Ice Cone was the same price as Ninetales Alola, I think, and yeah, they are not comparable in viability, and it's, yeah, they are miles apart in my opinion. Then you have a Bomber Snow, which, I mean, is a lot cheaper, but it's also not good. Like, I like a Bomber Snow as a mon, especially I like its pre-evolution, but yeah, it's just not that good. So yeah. But we get Ice Cube here. We can also hail a setup hail and Aurora Veil, which is sometimes even actually viable just because of our ability. With Ice Cube you can basically wall any physical attacker, then you can either belly drum in their face or like set up manual hail and like Veil or something. Like, it can do stuff. Is it the greatest mon of all time? Of course not. Is it good in every matchup? Of course not. But it's an E tier, and I think for an E tier brings a lot of value. And a lot of, let's say it like that, I would say it forces a lot of prep, but I think it's just the other way around, that most people won't prep for it, and when it comes it's just gonna do a lot of work. I am certain. I believe in Ice Cube. So, then, I was like, okay, my team, kinda slow. I mean, I have a Chomp, I have a Gengar, yeah. Let's get myself a fast electric type. Everybody knows I love my Regieleki, but well, that wasn't in the budget this time. Yeah, it was not available for me. But we get Jolteon. Jolteon is, in my opinion, budget Regieleki. Some people say Regieleki is budget Jolteon, because of course Jolteon has more utility moves and more coverage, but I mean, Regieleki just hits hard, and it has spin, and it bounces, and it bounces, and it bounces. I love Regieleki. It's great. And it explodes, especially the exploding part. I love explosion. Anyways, we have Jolteon, which is still a great mon. It would have been better in Hail because you have Weather Ball, Ice and stuff. Like not like you're gonna use that a lot of times, but well, sometime maybe. I had Jolteon alone on Ninetales in another league and I got to use like Ice Weather Ball once. But that one time it was great because I just one-shot the Garchomp when switching. It's like, yeah, you have a Garchomp? No, you don't. But anyways. Jolteon, I think it is great. It volt switches, it yawns, it screens. Yeah, it can even wish if need be. Is it good to wish? I don't know. Not really. But you can do it. It's possible. That's what matters. Yeah, or you just T-Wave spam or something. I don't know. Jolteon, I like Jolteon. Jolteon is great. People say it's a trash mon. I disagree. I think Jolteon is great. And then I was like, okay. I still want the fairy. But I wasn't sure what fairy I wanted. Comfy, I'm pretty sure, was in the C tier. And there were a lot of other fairies in the C tier. Or like in similar tiers. And I was thinking about maybe upgrading Ordino to a, which was in the D tier, to a C tier, and then going for, because I think D tier was not Aromatisse, I hate Aromatisse, the other one, Slurpuff. Slurpuff was there, and I was like, okay, I wanna, as another Belly Sweeper would be cool. Unburdenmon, always great, and Sticky Web, always great. And I was like, okay, I only have 2 Defoggers, I don't have Rapid Spin. Yeah, I can dish out a lot of hazards if need be with like Roserade, Chomp, Copperaja. But I don't know, my hazard game isn't that strong. And well, I am known for... don't tell anyone, it's a secret, but I am known for not bringing Defog or anything to my games. So I was like, okay, pick another Defogger, but pick a fairy that actually has some value. I don't like my fairies, is the thing. Like, I like mons like Clefable, but I don't like drafting them, I just like them in general. And then Ninetales, I actually like that mon and drafted as well. And then that's kinda it for fairies though, like, yeah. I don't know, I don't like many of the fairy Pokemon, so I was like, okay, I want a fairy that is actually gonna bring some value to the team. Like, you're gonna say, what? Every fairy brings a lot of value, it's a very strong typing. Yeah, but no. But with Comfey we have Cryo Draining Kiss, Cryo Giga Drain. We can stop some sweeps with that. We have interesting setup, yeah, with Calm Mind. And we have Defog and we have U-Turn. That were the 2 things that I was most looking for, to be honest. And I had like no prior in the whole team. Like, look at my team and tell me my prior moves. I have Bullet Punch Pangoro. I have Sucker Punch Gengar. I have Quick Attack Jolteon. Yes, that is not amazing. When I say that is not amazing, I mean that is absolute garbage. It's like, okay, get yourself Comfy, get a lot of prior moves. It's great. It's great. And I mean, in Comfy can, in theory, also do utility stuff, I guess. Like, you have aromatherapy and stuff. Am I ever gonna use aromatherapy on Comfy? Let's just say unlikely. Let's just say unlikely. Will it ever be a true utility mon with a fully defensive set and like spam Leech Seed or something? Very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. But anyways, that is the team. I think it is actually pretty good. And I think it fits the way I play. At least a bit. Cause yeah, what I like to do is attack, not switch, not do anything great, but also, yeah. It doesn't make sense what I just said. I don't know. What I really dislike is passive mons. And yeah, I have like the definition of a passive mon on my team, which is Ordino. Because you bring Taunt against Ordino, what's it's gonna do? What is it gonna do? It's just gonna stay there and click like knockoff with like 2 base attack. I mean, yeah, it has more than 2 base attack. It has 60, but basically 2 base attack. Every sweeper with like taunt something kills you. Every mon that has like sub kills you. Well, I mean, I can encore into sub, but yeah. To be honest, the best thing about Audino is really Regenerator with eject button and Healing Wish. That's like the best set, in my opinion. But we will see what I will bring. I like to bring stupid stuff. Well, I don't like to bring stupid stuff. I like to bring weird stuff that actually works or actually has a purpose. Like, I don't ever bring like quote-unquote meme sets, but I bring sets that seem like meme sets but actually do something. Or like at least actually intend to do something. But yeah. Do I think my team is perfect? No. But I think it is. It is good. And I think it is hard to beat, actually. Like, I think I have a lot of options against a lot of things. It's very hard to set up against my team and just outright win. And it is very hard to actually keep the speed control because my in Trick Room and out of Trick Room are both kinda strong, I would say. And my random utility moves are really, really strong. That's what I really like. Like on basically all of my mons, you can bring like three like normal moves and then like one random utility move that they don't think about and that screws them. But yeah, I'm saying too much and too little at the same time. There's a problem. We're just gonna go to the next team. And I'm gonna say what I like about it or what I dislike about it or why I hate it. Or like why I hate going against it, most likely. So we have Arts 999 in the Rustboro City Rejectz. So I'm just gonna say it right here. I think Sandaconda Gmax is actually a threat. Like, it can't max Airstream in this league because we got some very weird Gmax rules. Basically you can't max Airstream and you can't stat boost before you Gmax, so you can't even coil with Sandaconda. And yeah, if you're asking how can Sandaconda even Airstream, it gets Hurricane. Why does it get Hurricane? I don't know. I mean, it kinda looks like a Hurricane as the Gmax monster. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, they have Gigalith and Drake Assault, which is very scary. Like, if it was Gigalith Dracovish, I was like, yeah, you're like never gonna bring a Sandrush anyways because Dracovish kinda needs its ability. But Drake Assault actually am one that can run Sandrush. Even for, yeah, it doesn't hit as hard anymore, but it actually lands its moves. Like, without Hustle, you can actually click Bolt Beak and be sure to land Bolt Beak, which is amazing. Like, think about this for a moment. And I mean, there's Urshi for Rapid Strike. Is it a good one? Eh. There's Victini. Victini can be scary, recreates, yeah. Sylvelli every type, yeah. Sarut, the mon that on paper always looks good but never does anything. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this team. I think it can be scary, but I would not draft it. Like, there are very few mons that I would draft myself and that I actually like on it. That's my statement. Also has honorable ranking 14. Every team has ranking 14 because I'm not ranking them. Yeah. Then we have Big Time Brownie and the Greenbay Yampers. Or Yampers. No, it's probably not Yampers. Anyways. They have a Zerora, which is scary, a Celesteela, which is scary. Like, okay. Let's take a second and look at only those 3 mons. Zerora, Celesteela, Latias. You see them and you're like, wow, is this team broken? And then you see the rest. It's like Weezing, Whirlipede, Zork, Basculin, Umbreon, Centiskorch, Gmax. They're like, eh. And then you have Togekiss, which can be good, and Swampert, which is solid. So my opinion about this team is like it's got very high ups and very high downs. Very high downs, very low downs. You wouldn't even say downs. Well, the mountains are high, the valleys are deep. Or are they also high? I don't know. What I want to say is There are a lot of very scary mons on the team, but then there are a lot of mons you're like, okay, will they ever come, or like do they do anything? Like, yeah, I know Umbra and Blanket Walls, a lot of stuff, but it's still very vulnerable, in my opinion at least. And yeah, I know Togekiss with Scarf can like win almost any game just by air slashing, but yeah, do you wanna go that route? And when they get through one time, you just lose the game? Probably not. And Centiskorch Gmax. One, it also can't coil, which is amazing if you're going against it. Because against Gmaxes in general, it is always very, very scary to switch out turn 1. Because if they just use a setup move, you kinda always lose. But here it is not allowed, so you can kinda safely switch out from a Centiskorch because you know, yeah, that thing is not gonna coil in my face. And yeah. What can I say about this team? I don't know. There are a lot of mons that I wouldn't draft, but there are also a lot of mons that I don't know about this team. A lot of good mons, a lot of bad mons in my opinion. I don't know. I want to say something, but I don't know what. Like, does it have hazards? Yeah, it has. It has Weezing, Whirlipede, Swampert, hazard setters. Yeah, it's fine. It has fine defog with Latias, Dekidui, Decidueye, Togekiss, Weezing not because it's not Galar. I want to mention it anyways because why not? But yeah, I don't know. I'll keep it at what I already said. Bunch of good ones, a bunch of, in my opinion, bad ones. Then we have this team, which I find very scary because of one mon, and that one is not Lela. Nope, that one is Sorok. Because I really hate playing against Sorok. Even building against Sorok is a pain. Because let's actually start this at the logical point. Building against Sorok is a pain because one, the mon that you lead, when you lead it, you gotta have a mon that's prepared for basically any mon they have on the squad and Sorok at the same time. Or you need switch-ins into mons that cover Sorok at the same time. And you're not gonna have a switch-in in like Lele Psychic and Sorok at the same time. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. Or like Lele Moonblast and Sorok. That is very difficult. But then for the rest of the team, there are good parts, but I don't think, and I know people are gonna hate me for it, or like people are gonna say I'm wrong, but I don't think Lele is a good S tier. Like, I've heard, yeah, those and those leagues ban it or whatever. I don't think Lele is a good S tier. Yes, it breaks mons, but that is not good enough. Like, yes, 95 base speed is good for a breaker. It's like Galar Arm, but it's not good enough in draft, in my opinion. Yeah, I wouldn't draft it, is what I want to say. Anyways, Blastoise Gmax is a mon that I really, really like and I find really, really strong. And then they have Thunderous Eye, one of my favorite mons of all time. Then they have the Duck, or the Duck 2, which is a great mon. They have Flygon, which can D-Dan Snow. Like, there are great mons here. I think there's a very scary offense going on, especially with Lele and Sorok. Well, especially if your opponent doesn't know already which mon is Sorok. I mean, most times you're not gonna bring Sorok anyways, so that kind of falls off the table, but they still gotta prep for Sorok, or at least for the potential Sorok. So yeah, I think the defense is kinda lacking. And when I say that, yeah, there's a Porygon 2, which like blanket walls basically everything in the game. Okay, you have Koffigrigus and Regirock, 2 physical defensive walls, and yeah, but they don't have recovery. Then you have Blastoise Gmax, also really bulky, but also no recovery and no Shell Smash before Gmax, and most importantly, no Rapid Spin before Gmax, because you can't boost your stats before your max in this league. I don't know, this in general just seems to me like something like a team that can be overpowered by offense, and that will be overpowered by offense, just because Lele is not good enough against offense, in my opinion. Like, Lele shreds defensive teams. if it has the option. Like, yeah, steel, it struggles against steel types, and you have the Manitan to punish those steel types. One would say you also have Cobalion, but yeah, Cobalion is such a weird I like Cobalion a lot, but it just never hits as hard as you want it to. But I mean, you also have Flygon to punish steel types, and Flygon is actually a decent one. So yeah, I think this is a decent team, but I don't really like it. Well, I like the rock part, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's with like all the teams. Like there are like half of the ones I like, and I'm like, yeah, those are strong, and then the other half I'm like, why did you pick those? Or like, not why did you pick those, but I would never pick those. Or I don't think they are good enough for the spot. Like Lele for S tier. I don't think Lele is good enough S tier. I think Chomp is miles better. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And I mean, those are different ones, of course. Did I even say I did not? I think I didn't for this one either. Didn't say it's big time brownie in the Greenbay Yamp. I did say that. I remember saying that. I just didn't say it for this one. It's shiny star into jungle forms. Yes. I don't know. I already know that if I'm gonna release this video, people are gonna hate me because, well, it doesn't really make the thing is, what I'm saying here doesn't even make sense to myself. But it's still how I feel. So, who cares? But yeah, we have Razorclaw and the Townsville Tyranitar. They have Grimmsnarl Gmax, also a great Gmax. It gets hindered by not being able to bulk up before it maxes, but it is still good, and it is still surprisingly versatile. Because one, yeah, you can just run a normal screens Grimmsnarl, to be honest, and just slap 1-2 offensive moves, and you have a strong Gmax because you have a good attack stat, you have good coverage, and you can screen, and you can either use the screen yourself because, well, behind the screen in Gmax, who's gonna kill you? Nothing's gonna kill you. Or you just screen for your teammates. You can literally be normal utility with the option of Gmax. And it's fine. Then there's Spotify just killing me once again. But it happens, I guess. There are a lot of mons I like, and when I say that, then I look at the team and I'm like, there are a lot of mons I dislike. Okay. So let's say it like this. I dislike facing this team because Grimmsnarl Gmax is scary. Zapdos, Blanket Walls, more mons than it should. I don't know how it does it, but it does it. Especially because it kinda walls every physical attacker just because of static. Like every Pokemon with contact moves. Because you're just gonna get staticked. And then you're gonna get full powered and you're gonna hate your life. So yeah. Then you have Terrakion, which, like, is there a switch into fighting and rock at the same time? Difficult. Very difficult, especially because those are not weak attacks. Like close combat, or a Stone Edge from Banded Terrakion. Switching, very hard, very difficult. And then you have things like Hippowdon. You could say, oh, there's no Sand Abuser, but it doesn't matter. I personally am a big fan of just drafting one mon with a weather setting ability, and that's it. Because one, you have an answer to opposing weather. You can build around the weather, and especially with something like Sandstorm or Hail, you have the Perma Chip, which is very good. And I mean, I guess you get free AV for Terrakion and for Lunatorn, but it's probably not gonna come into play a lot. But it is an option, I guess. Yeah, I just like Hippowdon, generally good mon. And having the random sand, or I'll call it random sand, it's not really random. I think that's pretty good. And then you have the Suicune, which, like, everybody gotta bring an answer to it. Because yeah, Suicune has the drawback of being very one-dimensional, but it's very, very scary in that dimension. Like, Calm Mind Sub Suicune, Calm Mind Rest Suicune, you don't wanna face that. Like, do you have a strong Tauntmon? Okay. Yes, not every Tauntmon beats Suicune. Like, those Scalds hit decently hard. Like, they're not the strongest Scalds in the world, but after like 1 or 2 Calm Minds, it's difficult, actually, for most Tauntmons to withstand them. So yeah, don't think Suicune comes to a lot of games for, to be honest. Because there are so many monsters that just destroy it. But if you don't have one of the monsters destroyed, or if you have not prepped for Suicune, you're gonna lose to it. Like guaranteed. Suicune doesn't play games. The most scary thing on the whole team is obviously the Slowbro Galar. Everyone knows the times where they just get quick draw, get quick claw, get quick draw, get quick draw. And you're just, what am I gonna do? Whatever I bring, even if I bring in like a guard jump, doesn't matter. They're just gonna Prio Ice Beam me. Well, what do I do against it? Nothing. Just hope that they don't get the ability proc. I mean, most times it will play Regen because, well, that's just a very consistently good ability, but quick draw, nightmare to play against. So in general, I would say, I would also not draft this team. It's basically every team. But I really am scared of facing this one. I think you got a lot of options that are scary. And it's actually hard to outright sweep because things like Hippowdon and Suicune can really wall hard. Zapdos as well, Grimmsnarl with screens and then Gmax. Drawback is there are no T-spikes. There are spikes. Okay, there's Frostless. Frostless is also scary, to be honest. Those triple axles, those poltergeists and those destiny bonds be hitting hard. I've used Frostless like once before and it put in a lot of work. I really liked it. I mean, the Klinklang is kinda a meme steel type, I guess. But doesn't really matter. Do you really need a steel type? The thing is that the main core of Fairy Dragon Steel, everyone prioritizes it. Everyone is like, I need a very strong Fairy Dragon Steel core. And I mean, even I drafted a strong Fairy Dragon Steel core with a Gmax Steel, with a Chomp, and with Comfy. Okay, is Comfy that strong? Yeah, debatable. But to be honest, doesn't matter what typing, you can kinda leave it out. To be honest. Like, don't draft the Fairy type. Doesn't really matter that much. Don't draft the Steel type. You're losing a lot of resistances, but to be honest, doesn't really matter most time. Don't draft a Dragon type. Same thing. Doesn't really matter. Look at this team. Is there a Dragon type? No. Do you care? When you look at this team, no. Because you're still scared. In my opinion. I don't know. Random rant about Fairy Dragon Steel cores. I think they are good, but I think they're really overrated in draft, to be honest. Like, are they strong? Yeah. But they are not... Yeah, I think just they are overhyped. They are strong, but they are perceived stronger than they are, in my opinion. Okay, then we have just Lucas with a Lucas team. Yeah. This is not more than I can say. It's a Lucas team. I mean to say, well, is that a team I would draft? I mean, he has like one mon I would draft, I guess. And that's Kyurem. Because I like Kyurem. The rest, kinda like Pelipper, I guess. And I think Dusknoir is cool. And I agree that Tornadus is good even for it. I don't know. But yeah. His team name is filled with all players. It's just Lucas and it's a just Lucas team. You got a lot of defense, you got a lot of annoying stuff, you got a lot of hazards. And that's kinda it. Well, that's not true. You got good wall breakers with Kyurem. You got Tornadus, which is always annoying and has a lot of setup options. Like you plot or you bulk up or you do something. Then you have Dreadnought Gmax, which in rain is not that useless. Like, I hate Dreadnought. I think that mon is terrible. I've lost to Dreadnought before. Like, it's not that... I don't know, I dislike Dreadnought so much. Yeah. It probably stems from its pre-evolution, which is just one of my most hated designs ever. When I saw that thing in Gen 8, I hated it. I really hated it. And well, then evolves into a mon that I still don't like. So yeah. But I also think it's bad. Just in addition to not liking its design. But yeah, let's go back to this team. Got a lot of annoying stuff. Got Ferrophon, Weezing, Claydol, Tornadus, Scrafty, Dusknoir, Hypnol. Like, those are like the defensive core, I guess. You got Pelipper, can also be defensive. Kyurem can be very defensive. Like, actually, sub-roost Curum, just pressure stalling you, or sub-roost Curum, clicking 30 freeze tries in your face till you finally freeze. That thing is scary. That is definitely a threat. And then the one time you're like, okay, I hard prep for pressure stalling Curum, it's just gonna come in with specs and just specs Draco you. And then I'm like, oh, I have nothing that takes this hit, or I have like a fairy, yeah, but the fairy takes like 70% from an ice beam. I'm like, huh, okay, that's bad. And then you just lose. Because yeah, you have a steel type, but it doesn't matter. Does it matter? Yeah. I mean, yeah, steel types are generally good against this team, doesn't anti. But still, steel types very, very good against this team. To be honest, I can't decide if this team is good or not. I really can't. I know that if I would try to use this team, I would lose every week probably. Because I don't know, I still don't understand why people say, what do they always say? They always say stall is so easy. I don't know, every time I use stall I lose. Or every time I try to use stall I lose. So I think stall is difficult. I think hyper offense is a lot easier to play. Or like balance offense. Or like bulky offense or something like that. A lot easier to play than stall. Because whenever I play stall, I feel like they just gotta predict me once. Or like have 1 or 2 taunt mounts or sub mounts. And what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna cry. Like, let's say they have a steel type or something, a strong steel type, and it subs against this team. What are you gonna do? I don't understand. I just don't get how to actually play stall, I guess. But yeah, I can't say if this team is good or not. I mean, why do I even start to say if teams are good or not? I didn't plan on doing that. I just wanted to say if I like the draft and if I like facing it. Well, if I like facing it, then it has to be bad, so I don't know. I guess I don't like facing any team as long as it's... No, I don't know. I don't know, I think this is scary. I think... Yeah. I don't know. I think you most times can beat stall with creative sets. I'm just gonna keep it at I don't know. It is not my style and I wouldn't draft it. But I still kinda like it. I don't know why. I still kinda like it. Because it's a stall team, but I mean it's not 100% stall, of course. And it kinda looks beatable, but it also has Tornadus T, so... I don't know. And there's Electabuzz. I like Electabuzz. Do I like Electabuzz? Not really, to be honest. I like Electivire. I don't like Electabuzz. Yeah. I like Scrafty. Oh, Scrafty. Yeah, I gotta say this right here. Little rant. I hate playing against Scrafty. One of the worst experiences ever. Why, you ask? Huh. Thank you for asking, because they're just gonna D-dance on you. And then they're gonna rest. And then they play Shetskin. Or like, they play Shetskin, and they're just gonna wake up every time. And yes, I speak from experience. I've played like 2 or 3 D-dance Scrafties. And all they did was D-dance into rest into wake up first turn every time. I'm like, how do I win against this? It full heals every time it wants. And it doesn't have to sleep at all. And I can't burn it. You could say, okay, you need a strong fairy type, and you talked about how you dislike fairy types and sometimes don't even draft a fairy type or only really, really low tier fairy types. So yeah, that could be part of the problem. I mean, it's a fighting dark type. Yeah, fairy would be good against it. I agree with that. I do agree. But I feel like you just always get scammed against a rest shed skin. It's the same thing with the Gmax that we had before, the Snack, what's it called? Gmax Snack. Gmax Anaconda, yeah. The only good thing is the Gmax Anaconda can't set up and shed skin shenanigans before it Gmaxes, so that is fine. I mean, Scrafty can't Gmax at all, that is very good. Yeah. I don't know, I hate D-Dance shed skin. I hate it. Then we have Oxwell with the Etherious Salamandra. And I don't know who Oxwell is. In the Discord we only have someone called Ox, so I'm just gonna assume that is them. I mean, obviously that is them. Who's that? I don't know what, yeah. I mean, yeah. I am so tempted to just take this screen here and separate the ox from the well and be like, well, ox. I don't know. I think that would be a great idea, but also I don't want to do it. Because, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. But I told you about it, so you just imagine it says well ox and not oxwell because I separated it and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet here. This is one of those teams where I'm just gonna say 3 names and you're gonna be like, what the fuck, why is this allowed? Tapu Koko, Mew, Komo. Like what? What is this? How do you beat this? Like, to be honest. And then you have other actually useful ones, like Scizor, and I guess Milo is useful. And Moltres, I like Moltres. And you have Gmax Garbodor, which, yeah, people say is not that great. I think it is actually decent. Well, is it good as a Gmax? I don't know. But in general, it's actually a pretty good one. Like, better than people give it credit for, I believe. Yeah, that's my main thing with this team. Like, the high tiers are crazy. Like, Koko Mew. Like, once I saw they got Koko Mew, I was like, why is this allowed? Like, what? I was thinking about picking Koko. I was thinking about picking Mew. I mean, did Mew get to me? I don't think Mew got to me. I believe I would have picked it. Yeah, I would have picked it. Yeah, there's no way Mew got to me, but Koko I was thinking about. I know that I was thinking about Koko, but I was like, I need Copperajah first. And then they picked Koko after they picked Mew first round, and I was like, huh, what do we do now? And then they picked Komo. And I'm like, huh, what do we do now? But yeah, in all seriousness, I think that team is such a setup threat. Like, such a setup threat. Every mon can have scary setup. Koko, Coal Mine, Iron Defense, or just general Coal Mine, or just general Taunt, Nature's Madness stuff. You have Mew, which basically has every move. D-Dance Mew, Demon Mew, like Cosmic Power and stuff. Yeah. You have Komo, which has like every setup opportunity as well. You have D-Dance, you have Belly Drum, you have Clangorous stuff. Clangorous Soul. Is Clangorous Soul allowed? I'm not sure. I would say it probably is, but actually I'm not sure at the moment. But I'll figure it out at some point. I'll definitely figure it out before I play them. Let's say it like this. Then you have Scizor, which is SD threat, Curse threat, General threat, Defensive threat, Annoying Defogger that just U-turn spams. And yeah, you have Trapinch, which actually brings value because your opponent has to think about mons getting trapped. Because you just bring Trapinch with like either Bandit First Impression or something, or Focus Sash, or I don't know, something. And then you just trap something and you have base 100 Earthquake, and there are a lot of mons to feint to that or that get revenge by that. Or you have the Bandit First Impression. And yeah, there are a lot of mons you can revenge with that actually. And yeah, if you bring Trapinch, you're sacrificing a team slot and you have great mons on your general team, so you don't really want to do that, but you still gotta account for it as the opponent. You definitely gotta. And I mean, they only have like 6 real high tiers, I guess. Because they have Koko, they have Mew, they have Komo, they have Scizor, they have their Gmax. And then I'm gonna count Milo and Moltres as 1 high tier in general. Like, those are together 1 high tier in my opinion. Because, I don't know, Milo is kinda good, but also kinda not. I don't know, I dislike Milo. Yeah, people that love it, but I don't. And they got a Blaziken as the logo, which is actually nice. And I like that Blaziken is not in the team name, but it is in the logo. I generally like that. And there's just like, when it feels like there's like some random one there, just because they like it. Or well, maybe Blaziken and that name do have something in common. Because I have literally 0 idea what that is meant to reference, or if that is even meant to reference anything. Yeah. When I read Etherious, I think about Ethereum, the cryptocurrency. which I'm pretty sure it's not talking about. And Salamandra, I don't know. When I read that, I think about the salamander. So, that tells me nothing. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean. Well, not, yeah. Well, let's say it like I have no idea what they're referencing or if they're referencing anything. They have a Blaziken that looks like it's ready to fight, and I like that. And it has a scarf which kinda looks like, and you're gonna say I'm crazy when I say that, but that scarf kinda looks like a skyscraper. I don't know. It looks like they are bending skyscrapers around it. Because it's so hot and they're, I don't know. When I see this logo, I imagine a Titan Blaziken, which is ginormous, and it's just taking a building and wrapping it around itself because it is so hot and it just doesn't care. But yeah, that's my trivia to that logo. Is it wrong? Almost guaranteed. Yeah, almost guaranteed wrong. But that's how I see things. Then we have Spotify with another ad because it hates me. I mean, yes. I mean, I'm gonna cut out the ads, so I'm probably gonna cut out myself talking about the ads as well, right? I mean, I record them on separate things, so I can cut out things like I want them to, I guess, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. But we have Cherry Man Cake, the Cherry Man Cake. I don't know why, but I really like saying it that way. Like, if I just say Cherry Man Cake, it I don't know. It doesn't have the same energy as when I say it's the Cherry Man Cake. I really like saying it that way. Yes. But yeah, and the Clarksville Celesteelas. And they have a Celesteelas logo, but they didn't get a Celesteela, but they got a Landor. And gotta mention here, Aqua drafted for them, like Aquarius, AK, Edison, AK. Last time I said the Zodiac Killer, which is not accurate, it's just BFO Zodiac or whatever. It's Aquarius. Very scary that they drafted for them because they are good. But I mean, Cherry is good as well, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Aqua likes to really draft fun teams. I generally like teams that Aqua drafts. And it's the same thing here. With that, I mean, I wouldn't draft this team. It's like any other team here. But I think it is very scary. Like, this is probably the team I want to play against the least. Probably. Because there's Landor T, there's Aegislash, and that's probably enough to make it on my, yeah, I don't want to play this team list. You only need those 2 months, this is enough. Just, yeah. I mean, probably Aegislash alone is already enough. I dislike playing against Aegislash. I think the team is scary. I think the team is very scary. I mean, they have some basically Foddermons like Skuntank. And no, I'm not gonna count the Ferricid as a Foddermon because it still has all the hazards. But you have Skuntank. What is Skuntank ever gonna do? I don't know. I'm also not counting Diancie as a Foddermon because I actually think Diancie is a good mon. Or like, it's not a high tier mon, but it's a good mon for the price usually. But yeah, they have Lando, Aegislash, Latias, what should I say? They have Snorlax Gmax, which is also scary. In a VGC league I was with them, they brought Custap, Bellydrum, Snorlax, Gmax, which the idea is, yeah, you Bellydrum, then you kill something with the Gmax move, and then you hope you get the berry back so that next turn you once again have a prior Gmax move that just one-shot something, and when you get the berry back you have another prior Gmax move that just one-shot something. Is it reliable? No. But it's fun, and it is very scary. It's basically the same idea as a Quick Draw Slowbro, just with the difference that it's actually harder to play against and it has higher probabilities to go first. But the problem is you can't do it this league because you can't play Bellydrum before you mix, because you can't boost before you mix. So yeah, that kind of falls flat here. You also can't curse before you mix. Snorlax very scary if it gets to setup before it makes it. Still scary if it doesn't. Like, it's still a great mon. It's still super bulky. Like, you're not gonna kill that Snorlax, let's be real. And it still hits hard and has decent coverage, yeah. But slightly neutered by the rules. But the hate is whatever. I don't know. I think the team is scary. There's a lot of hazards. There's a lot of defog. There's no rapid spin, I think, but doesn't matter. You get how many defog mons is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7? Like Lando? I think Latios gets it. I mean, Latias gets it. Probably Latios also gets it. I don't even know. Rotom Heat, Conk, Wims, and Skuntank. And Cypher. Got like a billion defog mons. Yeah, that team is super scary. Let's be real, this is the team I want to play against the least. And Aqua always manages to draft teams that I'm like, wow, I don't want to play against this. So I really like the way Aqua drafts, to be honest. But yeah, that's too much praise. But yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's go to another team, which is Pommes and the Austria Accelgors. Obviously instant fan of the team just because Austria. Easy. But yeah, you have a lot of great mons. And yeah, you don't have a lot of bad mons. And when I say that, I mean there are two, in my opinion, trash tier mons. Which is Eldegoss and Colossal. I don't think Colossal is a good mon. And I think Eldegoss is a waste of a Pokemon. But the rest is actually good. So I still think it's a good team. Because you got Indeedee Male, very scary, and you have Terrain. Having the Terrain option is always great. Just override other terrain, do some shenanigans, I don't know. Just, destroy everything that wants to rely on prior moves. I mean, it's great. And it was very cheap to Indeedee Male. I remember it being like one of the lowest tiers, and I was like, how is it that low? But then I was like, I still don't want to grab it. I still don't want to get it, so I guess it was deserved that it is that low. Because I looked at it and was like, yeah, that's great value. And then I looked at it more and was like, yeah, but I still want other mods. Huh. Anyways, we have a lot of good mods here. We have Melmetal, which is great. I don't think it's good for an S tier, but it's still a great mod. So I'm gonna let that one slide. Do I think it is better than Lela? Now that is a good question. Do I think Melmetal is better than Lela? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say Melmetal kinda deserves S tier, and Lela doesn't really. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. But yeah, we have other great mons. We have Hydreigon, we have Sylveon, we have Zapdos. The last time I drafted, well, I didn't draft, I took over a team. But the last time I played a Sylveon, there was a rule that Baton Pass is banned. Like, not dry passing is banned, Baton Pass was banned. So that meant I had a Sylveon which could not get any momentum. And I was just like, why? And it was such a pain. Every week I was like, if I had Baton Pass I could do so much. But I don't. But here he gets Baton Pass, so Sylveon is a good one. I mean, even without Baton Pass it's a good one, but with Baton Pass he gets a lot better. Like, yeah, you can't pass that boosts, but that's not why you're running Baton Pass on Sylveon. Momentum on Sylveon is underrated, in my opinion. Yeah, we have Zapdos, hits hard, deters defog. Like, if you defog against the Zapdos once, you might just lose instantly. Because if they get +2 and if they're like maybe Scarf or something, you just lose. Yeah, they're yeah. Once again, a team I wouldn't draft. Of course, there's every team. Because I mean, I like Zapdos, I like Sylveon, I like Cinderace, I like Ribombee, I like Tentacruel. I like Hydreigon, I like Melmetal, I like Toxtricity Gmax. I still don't like the team. I kinda like the team, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, Toxtricity Gmax has the problem that it can't run Shift Gear. But I mean, that's also a good thing, but because what you're gonna do against Toxtricity? I mean, it's still really strong because the Gmax move is really strong. You either get Para or Poisonous, or you usually want Para, because Para is just broken. And yeah, you just Para 3 months and they're gonna cry. I mean, yeah, you're gonna say, how are you gonna pair a 3-months? They're just gonna stay in with the 1, yeah. But you still did a lot of damage, you're not weak. I mean, yeah, you don't get Punk Rock boost. So, you're actually not really stronger in Gmax. Like, when you have Boom Burst, I mean, obviously without Punk Rock that is weaker in the Gmax. Then you have Overdrive, which is same power, I think. Or like 10 base power more in Gmax. Because yeah, you don't get Punk Rock, but you get the base power increase. Then you have the Poison move, which is weaker in general. But I mean, this time, yeah, you didn't have Punk Rock before, and now you get the boost, so it's not that bad. What can I say about this team? There are some crazy hazard stacking options. And it's very scary to hazard stack against because of Cinderace. So you kinda wanna run Defog. Like, you don't even really wanna run Rapid Spin that much because you're like, yeah, we trade hazards at some point, then a Rapid Spin, then you just Chord Change me. Are you ever gonna click Chord Change? Probably not. But you always have the threat of clicking it. So you wanna Defog against them because you're scared of hazards on either side. But then there's the Zapdos Galar and you're like, everything's going wrong, what do I do now? Yeah, I think this team is decent. I mean, one thing that I didn't talk about the whole time till now is speed tiers. Because, well, I just didn't think about it. Well, I thought about it, but I didn't want to say anything about it. But I think the speed tiers are actually interesting in this one, especially because you have the web support. You have a generally very fast team, and then you have the Melmetal and the Sylveon. It's like, look at the team. You have a lot of mons around 100. Like Hydreigon, almost 100, Zapdos 100, Tentacruel 100, Indeedee Male 95, Ribombee, what's it, 124, 126, 120. Oh, my brain not working at the moment. You get Cinderace, I don't know. You got a lot of fast mons, you got some mid-speed tiers, and you got Melmetal for like Trick Room, I guess, on Palisand. And Cole, I guess. I don't know. The thing is, Cole, the only thing it really does is hazard stack. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. And I don't like that in a mon. I like hazard mons that threaten offensive pressure or momentum or something at least. Like Ribombee. Kinda, you are not that strong, yeah, but you have Moonblast, which still hits decently hard. And you have U-Turn. And you have moves like Stun Spore. So you have utility. Yeah, and you have the Sticky Web, of course. But I mean, other than the hazards, you still have utility. Same with Tentacruel. You have the Spin, you have the Scald Burns, you have a lot of shenanigans. I don't know, Tentacruel is one of those mons that like kinda looks good, but also kinda doesn't look good at the same time in basically every matchup. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. Tentacruel deceptively fast. Because every time you look at it, you don't think about base speed 100, but it is base speed 100. I mean, of course, the team gotta be fast. You have an Accelgor as the logo. That's kinda sitting on sticky webs, in my opinion. One could say, oh no, that's not sticky web, that's, I don't know, some other web, but it looks like sticky web to me. Then, last but not least, we have Quincy Adams and the Chicago Sky Attack. And I mean last as this is the 10th team, not as in there's any order. Like I literally randomized the order, well other than my team. I wanted to start with my team, but I literally randomized the order of the other teams. I went with the order that was in the Discord when those screens here were posted. And then I went to random.org and randomly sorted them. Just to be sure that I'm like not responsible for putting like the teams I'm like more or less on like the bottom or top here, because they're all on spot 14. World share spot 14 because we're all cool. Yeah. Anyways, this is actually my week 1 opponent. This is battle. You're gonna see that one soon, probably tomorrow or something. But yeah, they have a colossal Gmax, which I don't think is a good Gmax, especially because it can't spin before it maxes. They have a lot of other threats for. Like they have Slowking Galar, which blanket walls a lot of stuff. And then they have a lot of offense. Like they have Dragapult, Rillaboom, Blastoise, Ninetales, Alola, Arctozolt, and Mienshao. Like that, you can't switch anything in. Like, let's be real. Arc Assault in Hail. What's your switching? Bolt Beak Blizzard Spam. Classic Bolt Beam coverage, just with the difference that it actually hits hard. What are you gonna do about it? It's really fast. It's really strong. Like, you have Mienshao, can be Bandit, can be Scarf, can be Life Orb. A lot of damage. You have always the threat of Shell Smash Blasters. You have always the threat of Bandit or Sword Stance Rillaboom. And you always have the threat of Dedence Dragapult, Specs Dragapult. I think the offenses are crazy. Crazy. But that's what I see as the drawback of the team. There's like no defense at all. Like, yeah, you have Slowking Galar, but that kinda is it. Because in my opinion, Copperage is not a good defensive one. Colossal Gmax also is very debatable. And Blastoise, yeah, you can run defensive Blastoise, but you don't really want to run defensive Blastoise, I would say. Like, most times you don't really want to. Like, Mienshao is a kinda decent defensive piece actually, because you can run like AV and you have regen. So yeah, but I see the general idea of this team to like Veil with Ninetales and just set up. And if they have something scary, you trap it with Scarf Dark Trio and remove it. And that's kinda your whole game plan. I don't really see how this team wins defensively, especially not against Hazard Stack. Because you only have Blastoise Rapid Spin. Because yeah, Unpheasant is... You could argue Unpheasant is basically not on the team because it is Unpheasant. Nobody likes Unpheasant. You're never gonna expect them to bring Unpheasant. And then you have Blastoise with Rapid Spin and Colossal. You could say, yeah, Colossal with Boots is a good Rapid Spinner. But not on this team because it's Colossal Gmax. It has to max before it Rapid Spins. And then it is probably low or dead. And yeah, also, you don't want to early max just because you want to Rapid Spin. Like, maybe sometimes you have to, but you don't really want to. So you only have Blastoise as hazard removal, which is like saying, yeah, my Blastoise is forced into defensive every week. But you don't want defensive Blastoise, you have an offensive team. You have Veil. You want Shell Smash Blastoise every week. So, to be honest, you're just gonna say, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not gonna bring any hazard removal ever. And that's what I think is the big weakness of this team. Hazards and hazards. And if it can be auto-fenced. Which is difficult, because there are so many threats and Veil. But it can be done. Definitely. Like, it depends on what position you get. Like, that's the other thing with offensive teams. Let's say something sets up against this team with like a D-Dance or something. Especially because it's a D-Dance. Let's pretend it's a dragon. Let's say it's something Rillaboom can't just Grassy Glide kill. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna win with it. As long as they're faster than Arc Assault in Hail, they don't care, they just sweep you. But yeah, I feel like that's very, very specific what I said about this team and way more specific than the others, just because I've faced them already and I've built against them already and stuff. But I still like the team. This is like the only one of the teams that I would actually draft after. Would I draft it for? Okay, let's say it like this. I would never draft Colossal Gmax with this rule set. I would never do it. Because you can't even run Steam Engine. Because it's a speed boost. And then you just automatically lose by rule break. And you can't Rapid Spin before you max. So Colossal kinda is useless in my opinion. Or like borderline useless. But I think this team, with a decent Gmax, is actually very, very scary. Very, very scary. I like this team in general is already scary, but yeah. So I would say I would draft this team. I would just switch out the Cole. I would also switch out Stunfisk, Galar and Unpheasant because they are borderline useless, in my opinion. Like, just get me any other E tier. Like, I think any E tier probably brings more value than those two. It's probably... I was gonna say Stunfisk Galar because you were like, okay, I kinda need a ground type or a steel type, but you have Copperage, which is miles better than Stunfisk, and I still don't think it's a good one. Then you have Duck Trio, which is miles better than Stunfisk, and I also don't think it's a good one, which is kinda funny. So yeah, what I would do, personally, and I mean, this is the only team that I'm talking about like this, but yeah. I would keep all the offensive pieces. Dragonbolt, Rillaboom, Blasters, Mienshao, Ninetales, Arctosaur, and I would keep the Slowking and I would change the rest. And I think this team is top tier. At least top tier hyper offense. With a Glowking that can like blanket wall anything if need be. And just random Trick Room them or something. Random Yawn. Future Sight spam to break through. Like Future Sight plus Rillaboom or Future Sight plus Dragapult or Future Sight plus Mienshao especially. Big life up close combat plus a Future Sight, what you're gonna switch into it? Nothing. Yeah, Shedinja, I guess. But yeah, that's my opinions on the teams. Not a ranking, because well, they're all spot 14. But that's what I think. I don't know if I did a great job. I feel like I mostly just talked about how I dislike all of the teams. But to be honest, if you look at my team, there are also so many ones where I would be like, oh, I wouldn't draft those. But I mean, I did draft them, so I guess I am wrong. Because I'm like, Odino, I don't know. It's so passive. I don't like it. But I think I can make it work. I think I can afford to have like one random passive mon. I don't think something like the Slowbro is a passive mon. Or a Mandibuzz. Or a Ice Cube. Or I don't know, Jolteon. They can advance games a lot if need be. And yeah, you could say that about other mons as well, but yeah. Most importantly, that's what I think about the teams, I guess. That's my ranking. Every team is spot 14 because spot 14 is the best. Yes. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Okay, my team is spot 14 and the rest are wishing to be spot 14. Yeah, let's go for this. My team is spot 14 and they are all wish to be spot 14. Yes, that's amazing. Let's keep it at that. And look forward to my week 1 battle next week. Or like, not next week, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Like I've already uploaded it, but I've just not published it, so yeah. I mean, I've recorded it way before this thing here, so this is kind of a last minute thing. Which you can probably guess by it just being like a stream. But I mean, I'm gonna edit it a bit, I think, maybe. We will see. Anyways, have fun with this league. I think it's gonna be great. If it's gonna be a great entertainment. I really like it. And also, the one thing I wanted to say as the first thing, but I just forgot about it, is there are battles from 2 other leagues that I said I would be uploading, that I have recorded, but I just did not upload. And I will upload them in between battles of this league. Like I'll start with tomorrow, the first battle of this week. And then the rest of the week there's gonna be a few games from the leagues that I wanna like catch up on. And then there's next week gonna be one battle of this league again. And there's gonna be a few catch up games. Like there's in general about, let me think, there's about 15 or so games that I said I wanted to upload but didn't. So yeah, there's a lot of videos actually. Yeah. But yeah, there will be like a few of them per week till I'm caught up on them. And well, this league every week. And yeah. And then Gen 9 we're going hard VGC, I'm already calling it. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching the whole thing. You probably didn't. Probably no one did, but it's fine. It is fine. See you next time. Bye.